Here is a colorless liquid that looks like water. It has a pungent odor and a burning sweet taste. Its chemical formula is C2H5. This is ethyl alcohol, the alcohol found in most intoxicating drinks, such as beer, wine, and spirits. It is made from carbohydrates, such as starch or sugar. Cereal grains are starchy materials commonly used in making alcoholic drinks. Out of barley, beer is usually made. Beer contains about 4.5% ethyl alcohol, as shown by the striped area across the bottom of the bottle. Grapes and other products that contain sugar can also be used to make alcoholic drinks. Out of grapes, wine is made. Wine contains between 9 and 15% ethyl alcohol. All alcoholic drinks are products of fermentation. As these samples of grain and grapes are fermenting, alcohol is being produced. The raw material usually needs to be prepared for fermentation by breaking or cracking or crushing. Whatever is being used, fermentation has to take place. Fermentation is the action of yeast cells on sugar to produce alcohol. The bubbles seen here are carbon dioxide given off during the fermentation. Beer and wine are products of fermentation alone, but whiskey, a third type of alcoholic drink, requires distillation as well as fermentation. The alcohol is separated from the other materials in the fermented mixture. In this case, the alcohol is made out of fermented corn mash. When the fermented mixture is heated, vapors are given off that contain products of the fermentation, a high percentage of alcohol. As the vapors cool, they change to liquid and drip from the distillery or still. Whiskey usually contains between 35 and 45% alcohol. By using animated drawings, we will see what happens to alcohol in the body. In the alcoholic drink shown here, the black dots represent the ethyl alcohol content. The alcohol travels down the esophagus, or food pipe, and into the stomach and the small intestine. Capillaries in the stomach lead into a branch of the portal blood vein that connects with the liver, shown at the left. These capillaries absorb alcohol directly from the stomach, and the portal vein carries this alcohol to the liver. Other capillaries absorb alcohol from the small intestine, shown at the bottom. The portal vein carries that alcohol to the liver also. In the liver, some of the alcohol undergoes an immediate change. Chemical substances called enzymes, found only in the liver, react with the alcohol and change it to acetic acid, represented here as white dots. This means that the alcohol burns or oxidizes, thereby releasing calories of heat energy. The acetic acid molecules and the molecules of ethyl alcohol not acted upon immediately by the liver pass in the bloodstream to the heart, shown here in the center. The more alcohol reaches the liver at one time, the more alcohol goes on to the heart, unchanged. The heart pumps this blood, containing alcohol and the acetic acid, into the arteries and on to all parts of the body. Whereas only the liver oxidizes pure ethyl alcohol into acetic acid, any body tissue, as for example the tissue shown here, can oxidize acetic acid. The white dots represent acetic acid. As this burns, heat energy is released and waste materials are eliminated. The liver is the one organ of the body where oxidation of alcohol to acetic acid takes place. So, except for small amounts of alcohol that escape through the lungs and kidneys, alcohol in the bloodstream remains unchanged until it can be acted upon by the liver. As the liver oxidizes molecules of alcohol to acetic acid, other molecules of alcohol return from the bloodstream. The liver oxidizes about 3/4 of an ounce of alcohol per hour until the alcohol is all oxidized. As long as there is any alcohol in the bloodstream, some of it reaches the brain. Here it acts as an anesthetic. The effects of alcohol on the human brain vary a great deal from person to person, but its main effects follow a general pattern. At first, the greatest effect is on the cerebrum, outlined here with a black border. If the bloodstream contains more than 0.06% of undiluted alcohol, this area may be affected. 0.06% is about 1 fluid ounce, or the capacity of half a wine glass. This darkened area is the judgment center, and the center which controls decisions and actions. Even small amounts of alcohol tend to deaden these centers, and because of this may relieve anxiety and appear to speed decisions. This is usually the situation in moderate social drinking. As the percentage of alcohol in the blood rises above 0.06%, the judgment center becomes more and more depressed. Gradually, too, the muscular control center becomes less responsive to incoming signals from nerves in all parts of the body. It is becoming anesthetized. The person usually feels confident that everything is all right. But a condition like this develops. Drivers in this condition are incapable of making responses fast enough for the safety of themselves or others. This leads to accidents. The vision center, too, is affected during intoxication. The individual becomes unable to focus his vision. Blurring and other abnormalities of vision frequently occur. Driving or walking in traffic is extremely hazardous under such conditions. If the alcoholic content continues to increase, the cerebellum, or balance center, becomes affected. When the concentration of alcohol in the bloodstream reaches about 0.4%, unconsciousness may occur. 0.4% is about 8 fluid ounces of undiluted alcohol in the entire bloodstream of an average-sized adult. Gradually, the brain and other organs are freed from the anesthetic effect of the ethyl alcohol. But even after consciousness is regained, it takes some time before the person is fully in control of his muscular processes. After deep intoxication, the sobering up period for an average-sized adult may last 12 hours or more. Even beyond this amount of time, there frequently is a further period of partial incapacity. This man is no longer a moderate drinker. As a result of continued excesses, he has become an alcoholic. The old method of treatment for a person in his condition was to put him in jail. But investigations are convincing medical authorities that the alcoholic is a sick person. This man needs medical attention. It is important that everyone should understand how alcohol affects his body and his behavior, and realize that alcohol is a potential menace to community safety as well as to personal health.